Okay, stream attempt number 3. I'm going to assume that it's going to work this time. I'm just going to get into it as though it's already working. It's green right now. That's good. I'm waiting for it to catch up in the window. I'm going to go straight to gathering, and I should level up in gathering insects right now. Very excited about that. I'm not going to get caught up in the fact that I cannot see my stream yet, and just hope that it's working right. Oh, great. I'm so glad I promoted this one on Facebook. All right, everybody says it's back. I liked the sound of that. So I've got 2 more gathering terms in insect. Let me just change the aspect ratio on this real quick. But anyways, like I mentioned, I've been thinking lately that I really do need to build a PC that can handle my rendering, my video rendering, and also live streaming in general, because I've been doing a lot of stuff with my mobile phone lately, and in order to record straight from the mobile phone and not do it through any screen capture software is by having hardware to facilitate that. And right now, I don't have any hardware to facilitate that. I'm running everything off a MacBook, and I know from the demographics, the analysis part of my YouTube analytics, that most of my viewers use Windows computers, so I think that it might just provide like a little bit more common ground, and I myself am a native Windows user, so I'm considering building a Windows rig just for my very hardcore gaming needs. But to tell you the truth, I really want to play The Sims, and it's not an option at this point. Hey Reggie, welcome to the stream. Just for space and compatibility with the software even. They don't even like make The Sims 4. Or they might. I don't know. I don't know. All I'm saying is I've been strongly considering building a Windows computer. Club Animon says it's running smoother now. Glad to hear that. You in an alternate universe is here. And Vixiella is here. Okay, great. Good to see y'all. How are you doing today? Dara, how are you? I cannot see my stream, but you guys can see it, which makes me feel much better about the way things are going. So what I really want to do today is hit up the Flight Rising auction house, put some dragons up for sale, and deal with that whole song and dance. I'm excited to explore the new auction house. You in an alternate universe says may not be able to attend for long today, but you'll watch later if not. Okay, great. So I will just keep talking to you as though you were here even after you're gone. I can't promise that. We only have 40 minutes left today of this great way to spend our Sunday. I need to feed my meat eater dragons, so we're just going to go ahead and do that first. Then we're going to go to the trading post and brew up some more food. Hopefully. Hey ARock318, nice to see you here. Welcome. And we're in Flight Rising today. I would do coverage of Dapper Volk, however, they're very strict about what you can and can't leak about plot, and the entire game revolves around the plot, so I'm not going to do that until we get later in the alpha, or even to the beta, or post-Kickstarter. It's a really cute game, and I would love to do that. However, the only thing unrelated to plot that I could do is the mini games, and I don't think y'all want to sit here and watch me do mini games. Hello, Gina Healy? Is it Gianna or is it Gina? I might have asked you before, but it's an important question. I don't want to pronounce it wrong, even though I'm totally fine pronouncing names wrong in my videos. Did you guys like the Dapper Volk video? That's an important question that I need to get the answer to, because I liked it and it's exciting. Okay. Quiz did some streaming of Town 1, so the earliest stuff is okay, but there is a hard no on anything Town 2. I'm just going to leave anything plot related to Quiz to do, because, you know, Quiz has an authority on it, and I don't. I know that specifically in my communications with the Dapper Volk admins, they told me not to release any of the early stuff. So it's difficult. I don't want to lose my access, so I'm just gonna play it super safe, even though it's not fun to play safe. Gianna. Okay, alright, Gianna. Neither of the pronunciations I offered were correct. My name is short for Juliana, but growing up I always went by Juliana. But now I tell people it's pronounced Juliana. So I'm just offering up that tidbit. Even though I don't even go by that, I go by Julie. Tiny tidbit. Detail of life. Okay. Trading things, selling things, doing all kinds of stuff. Reggie says the Dapper Volk video was great. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you enjoyed it. I'm trying to do things a lot more freeform, and I think that's a good example of it. But there's like a big bit in the middle of the Dapper Volk video where I talk about game reward systems, and I don't know if I did a very good job explaining it. Club Animon says there was some info that was wrong in the video that marred it for me. I imagine you're talking about the Tattered Weave stuff, in which case I think that I might spend the second half of today working in Tattered Weave and maybe doing a Tattered Weave video real quick. It would be like a short video, just because apparently, not having played it for a while, there's a lot of stuff that I'm not up to date on, so that's fine. I don't have time to play everything. I have a full-time job. It's ridiculous that I even got to play Dapper Volk this week as much as I did. You know, I'm so blessed that I remembered to get my Neopets Illusion Day stuff. That was like legitimately an 11 p.m. oh no, I need to do this before the day is over type of thing, because I just have no time to play video games during the week. So Alexandra Norelli says, my only issue with the Dapper Volk video was it was blurred for a lot of it. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not a lot I could show in the game that isn't a spoiler. So I totally agree with you, and I understand. I didn't want it just to be stills for the entire time because I feel like that's so boring, but I guess stills are better than blurred video. That's something I have to work on and find like a good balance for. Man, it's a bummer to be playing a game that you want to show exposure for, but you can't actually show anything of the game. And it's like, I don't want to be just like showing y'all like a half an hour of me playing Three's Forest Cleanup. Like, it's so frustrating. Neon. Ugh. And you know, so I try to always give accurate info, but at the end of the day, one woman operation over here. Only so many hours I can dedicate working on something, you know? Alright, let's do this. I mean, because on top of the new games that are going through crowdfunding and recently launched, I'm also trying to cover older games, and people are constantly asking me to play other games, and so it's like I have to be kind of like entry level at every game that I play, but of course the people who watch the videos are advanced experience in all of the games. So it's so hard to find that middle point between I know enough and I know nothing, you know, because I don't have the time to play all of these games as much as my viewers do, but I also want to like do shout outs to everything. It's so hard. I can do it. I'll try to do a better job at it moving onward, but at the end of the day, I'm just one person. Alright, okay. Let's see. especially because I felt like I owed it to the team to do a video on their game because they gave me access because I do videos about games. So it's just tough finding the balance, you know? Alright, let's do this. What's this auction interface look like? Ooh. Alright, so it's, before it was just like a big gray box, and now it is a clear. Hi Hannah, how are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. So I'm gonna have this up for 7 days. Gianna, wants to know what are the best pet games that I know and play. I would say that Flight Rising and Leiden are the best pet games that I know and play. Those are also why they're so frequently featured in my videos. Nathan says, I'm starting an open source pet sim. Would you play it? It really depends on the features and the attributes of the game. Like, what are the game mechanics? These are the things that really define whether I'm going to play it or not, because it's easy to get into a fun game, and it's a lot harder to get into a game that I don't find interesting. So that's more about it. Reggie says, I've been so engrossed in Nier Automata that I forgot to feed my dragons. I am not familiar with that game. I would need some elaboration. And it is so easy to forget to feed your dragons. I try to log in every day, but it's just super easy to forget to log in to play every day. What's the deal with these? Like, why? What's with? Are siblings in the same region? Like, what's going on? I don't understand. Okay, so anyways, 14,500. And then we're also going to do a little bit of browsing in the auction house as well, because now we can in like a very efficient type of way. So let's go ahead and check it out. I'm so weirded out by the fact that I cannot see my own stream in the YouTube interface. Ooh, Hannah has been catching up on Meower and also trying to wrap up the school year. Oh, hey Leon, don't worry, you missed absolutely nothing from the beginning of the stream. It was like 15 minutes of me trying to set up the stream because it kept like blinking out and whatever. Nathan says the project is officially opening at the end of April. Do you have anything you'd like to see? No, just innovation. Being able to work cross-platform really well is super important. Good art is the foundation of everything. I mean, it really just depends on what the game is. It's hard for me to say if I will be interested in something if I don't. I'm interested in more information about the game, besides the fact that it's an open source pet sim. So we've got the new auction house, and it's a lot bulkier. It's just larger in scale than the old auction house was. The old auction house was a lot more minimal, and that's not like a knock against this. It's good that you can be very detailed. I'm going to do some color range searching, and it would be so nice if there was, if these colors were shaded in their color. And if that doesn't make sense, then you guys know what I'm talking about. You know how like the color range predictor? There we go. Now I can see my stream. Everything's better. Whew. The sunlight is quickly creeping up on me, and I didn't put anything on the windows this time. I don't think it's going to be a problem today. As the sun's position changes and it becomes less of a problem. But you know how this drop-down list is colored? It would be neat if the auction house one was colored like that as well. Because they have their color list, why don't they just do it? Okay, neat. And I'm looking for ones that are ready to breed and second plus generation. I don't really care about that. I guess if I do XYX, they need to explain to people what XXX, XXY, XYX, XYY, and XYZ are. I see that being like I should probably release a guide on how to do auction house on Flight Rising now. Okay. Oh. So this is very minimal. It's just a lot. So we're just gonna do treasure. It's just visually a lot to deal with. Okay, so this is white, this is white, rose, white. This one is pearl, bubblegum, pearl. Okay, so we're gonna look for specifically, we can look for specific breeds, right? Like multiples. Nice. Wild claw, codal, bog snake. Nice. Treasure only. Secondary gene. No, we're just gonna filter for tertiary. No multiple filter by secondary gene. Nice. Search. Okay, all right, there we go. Figured it out. Eventually, nothing matches my search. Great. Okay, so instead of alloy, we'll just search for metal. So in Nathan's game, the only pet available currently is cicada. So is it like an insect breeding sim? What is it like? What is the game like, I guess, is my question about this game opening in the end of April. Like, what, if you were to compare it to something else, what would you compare it to? Okay, so there's none available like that. So I'm just gonna get rid of the color pattern. Even though this is really gonna help people with XYXs or, you know, what have you. So price lowest to highest. So we got a lot of bogs on the market for 100K treasure. And I'm looking in the entire one, right? Yeah, realm wide. Nice. It would be better to do this later in the day after all the other people have listed their dragons. People who have their dragons listed right now are going to be doing well. Yeah, so like the bulkiness that I'm saying isn't like just the options, but the way it visually is put together, it's quite bulky. Previously, it was like very small and organized, but now there's just a lot of things, and I get that it's technically aligned to a grid, but it doesn't actually look like it's aligned to a grid. I'll zoom up to show you guys what I'm talking about. So this expires line does not line up with this treasure line. This line, I guess, lines up with the hunger level. It looks bulky in the sense that it's not tidy and small and organized. It looks large. But yeah, no, I totally prefer this with its system. I liked it the way it was before with the colored rows delineating each separate item. I think that's like a little bit more minimal than the line breaks, the horizontal rules. I feel like that just makes it like a little bulkier than it looked before. But, you know, just have to balance everything. It's not all about aesthetics, it's about functionality, but I feel like it could be just like a little bit tighter, you know, in the execution. Okay, because people are gonna be comparing it directly to how the old one looks and feels, and so these are just like my reactions. It's not necessarily a bad thing. or broken. It's just that aesthetically there are things that could be different. I'm not trying to come across as a big hater. I just have different preferences. The screen is so small. There we go. Much more of it can fit now. Nice. Okay, alright, let's do this. And so I'm getting rid of 2 of these, I think. Let's see. Dover was crystal butterfly underbelly. Oh, I think I'm getting rid of all of these except for the male. Is there a male? There is a male. So I think I'm getting rid of all of them except for the male. And I should probably check to see the auction cost, or I mean like how much I could sell them for right now. So okay, so I've got 3 offspring, and I'm going to be keeping the middle one, which is a boy. I'm going to name him as well Mr. Evolution. Yeah, so Dread puts it pretty well. Yeah, the amount of white space in the new auction house is a little straining on my eyes, though I like all the new features. And I completely agree with that. I think you actually used a really good phrase in there, which is white space, and that like shot off all the little neurons in my brain, and what I would describe it as is unengaged white space. That the white space isn't styled in like an organization way that makes sense. But yeah. Leon Gamer says, I was just playing Warframe. The story, oh the story, I love it. I have not heard of Warframe, but I'm glad that you enjoy it. So I'm going to be selling spirals with paint, piebald paint underbelly. Let's see what they go for in the auction house. So the thing about making a Tattered Weave video tonight is if I do so, then I just don't know what I would make it about, right? It wouldn't be as structured as my previous ones. I guess I just like need to sit down and play it. But that's just like hey Jay Farrar, welcome. Like a 6-hour commitment that I'm almost saying here, because it's like not, in order to come up with the concept to make a video, I need to play the game, and I need to play the game enough to feel like I'm educated to make the video, you know? So it's a whole can of worms. Because I'm not playing it because I personally have the drive to play it. I'm playing it to make people happy, essentially. And that's just, it's something that you have to balance, you know? Alright. Female, and we're doing piebald paint underbelly. Because, you know, I have a lot of hobbies and I have a lot of interests, and so what I want to be doing tonight is working on a video that I've wanted to do for like a really long time now about Roller Coaster Tycoon that I have all the footage for, you know, but like now I also feel like I need to get ahead of the criticism that has been rightfully addressed to me about Tattered Weave, but if I do that, then I won't be able to work on Roller Coaster Tycoon for like another week, and so, it's so, I wish there were 2 of me and that the other one didn't have to go to work, you know, because I really like want to give accurate information, and when I give inaccurate information, I want to be able to address it right away, but I can't do that and also make the videos that I want to make. So it's Emoji says, you should take your time with the videos, honestly. Yeah, totally, but I want to be timely at the same time, too. So, Club Animon says you can add an annotation. You can't make annotations anymore. They're phasing them out. So I could add something to the description of the video, but they're phasing annotations out, so I cannot add one. And taking the video down and republishing it would take a few hours if I wanted to edit the video. So, man, why is my hobby so time consuming? Okay, alright, whatever. So, the cheapest dragon, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. The cheapest dragon that is for sale here is, I mean, this is honestly why just a lot of YouTubers just don't respond to that kind of feedback, especially if they're just like if they do not do daily videos, you know? It's just so much. Like, I need to, like, so the compromise here, right, is holding yourself up to a lower standard of information, right? And not like trying to come across as a resource, which is first of all what I'm trying to do, because I don't like when my videos come across as like an encyclopedia, because I don't really like those kinds of videos. Like, most of my channel are videos that I'm making because I know how to, and it's hard to be a personality. But I'm trying to take a step away from being a resource and more about being entertainment, right? Because it's so easy to be disproved or debunked about something that websites are really nuanced and really large, you know? And it's like I'm not trying to dodge responsibility, but yeah. Jay Farrar says, relating to the roller coaster tycoon, if you have all the footage recorded and just need to edit it, it might be possible to let a viewer with experience editing edit for you. So the only issue with that is, and I've thought about exporting projects to editors that I work with before, but with this video in particular, there's no audio. So I will be adding the audio as I edit it, and there's nothing in the video that would imply the story that I want to tell. So it's something that I have to edit, because as I edit it, I will be like writing it essentially. So that's the thing I have to work on. But some of the videos I can definitely export to a second editor. I mean, part of the deal with that though is that then you have to work out, you know, like a reporting cadence almost, and how you're gonna pay for it when I'm not making a whole lot of money for my YouTube videos. So that's just another part of the whole situation. Yeah, because now I'm trying to use my microphone. Well, for the last year or so, I've been trying to use my professional microphone for all my audio recording, and I have Roller Coaster Tycoon on my phone now. And I wasn't going to use that microphone, especially because I was doing a lot of the recording on the subway this week. So, like, that footage, like, I couldn't do the audio for it. Like, everybody would think I was, like, crazy. So I told 2 auctions. I don't know if there's a battle going on right now. Like, maybe I'll just, like, make, like, a short video, like a 2-minute video about tattered weave, and be like, hey, I was wrong about this thing. I mean, it's so much to deal with. Because I didn't have time to put out that, the Flight Rising video for this last week, because the registration window happened, and I try to do a video at every registration window, but just like work has just really sucked for the last 2 weeks, and I cannot like do both full time. So it's something I'm always learning through and always working with. Ooh, Ice is in second place, you say? So Timeless Dream Self says, Hannah, It's so all my content is widely appreciated and loved. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Like every time I get positive comments, I'm like, oh, there is someone out there that likes what I'm doing. I'm not just doing it for me. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So Jay Farrar says, one of the reasons I mention viewers is that some might want to do it because they would be receiving the product really early, sort of as a way to be a non-monetary patron. So completely, and like that is something that I would be interested in if there was a viewer who was good at video editing that was interested in doing it. That would be something interesting to work through, just because I don't just see myself as like the person who writes what I say and like also films it, but I also think of myself as having a lot of voice in the way that I edit my videos. And so that would be like an interesting thing to work with that I would be interested in. I know that a lot of creators have a hard time letting go of the editing process. But I mean, definitely, maybe that's a thing that I will bring up in the future as an option. All right, so let's go ahead and hatch Bolivar and Belgrade. They have 4 offspring. I could not hatch them because I didn't have enough space. But now I'm selling dragons, so I have enough space. I guess what I could do is after I record and publish this, just like do a 2-minute video about Tattered Weave and just make like the title like, hey, you can collapse the header, I guess, and just link it as a card from the other video. I mean, I'm at a loss because I don't want to take down the video and edit it because that would just take a lot of my day. All right, so let's do this for Bolivar. Are either of the dragons in a position to be exalted, or the offspring would I need to sell? Belgrade has what? Is Vipera butterfly stained? Okay, so I can get rid of Belgrade. Okay, so I'll be keeping this offspring and selling the other ones. And we are at the 9-minute mark. If there are opinions or thoughts on anything, just let me know and I will try to address them before this stream is up. I'm hoping to do a Webkinz video somewhere in the future, and a lot of commenters were pretty active about the fact that Webkinz has a game that's a lot like 3's Forest Cleanup. Club Animon, I hope that I've done a good job kind of addressing everything about the whole Tattered Weave situation, something that I'm going to try to remain sensitive to. Alright, let's see here. Because, like, also, like, the Tattered Weave team is great, and I really support their game, and I don't want to, you know, be, spreading incorrect information. Alright, okay. So let's go ahead and auction off Belgrade, who is Vipera Butterfly Stained. What do I think of the new age filters now that you can search for Gen 1 and level 25? I love that. I really like the new filters so much. They're very helpful, especially that you can be looking for multiple things at one time now. Like, you can look for underbelly and stained, or you can look for stained and glimmer. I think it's really cool that you could stack all of those things as well. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I have the auction house open in a different window. Okay. So Leon Gamer says, I am in some deep sauce with my lair space, so does anybody want a new hatchling for free? It would be a shame to exalt her. And then posted the ID number. Let me go ahead and pull up that dragon real quick so y'all can just peep on this dragon. Let's go to the scrying workshop. Alright, and then we'll just pull up what this hatchling looks like and see if anybody is interested in helping you out with this dragon. Aw, she's so cute. So it's iridescent, facet, basic, and it's a fae, and it's nice, cool tones. And as an adult, this is how the dragon will look. Very cute, female fae. Okay, so what's the problem here? Is saying that there were no dragons that fit this description? That's ridiculous. Okay, so it's a nocturne. What? There are no dragons that fit this criteria? Well, okay, I'm gonna throw up my dragon for like 15K. There's not a lot of dragons on the auction house right now, so it's totally in the favor of anybody who is trying to sell their dragons. It's a seller's situation through and through. Alright, cool. 5 minutes, T-minus 5 minutes. And, oh, if you guys are on Neopets, the battle for the obelisk is ongoing. You guys would have needed to sign up on Friday or so. Little Miss Bookadact says, I've got a Wild Claw girl I've been trying to sell, so let's go ahead and pull that up in Predict Morphology to see what that dragon... Oh, that is a really, really pretty dragon. So it's Lavender Periwinkle, which I think is a great setup. Let's see what it looks like. Ooh. What does Glimmer look like? Oh yeah, that's right, lace is a thing now. Let's see what lace looks like. I was gonna make like something about lace, but I didn't have time to do it in a timely way. Alright, runes. Stained. Such a vibrant colored dragon. I like that. I like that a lot. Glimmer. That's a nice dragon. I'm trying to downsize my dragon lair. There are just way too many dragons all over the place. I always expand my lair and I'm like, well, I have so much space. And then I fill it up like immediately. And it's a real problem. Hey Chance. Chance finally woke up in time for a stream. Welcome. We have 3 minutes left. Thank you for joining us. If you have anything you want me to address real quick, now's the time to do it. Alright, let's open up. Let's have her leave real quick. Hanja Muffin, hey, welcome. How are you doing today? I like that when you have like a smaller version of the screen open, that the header doesn't give you any issues. But then of course once you open the screen up, then all of a sudden it's very large. But as I learned, you can kind of collapse it. Alright, let's do this. I guess like since the stream just started so late today, let's just keep going for a little bit. Let's go through our hourly, daily, unique quests. Alright, these are the hourly ones. What about the unique ones? I'm so behind on this game. I just don't see a lot of incentive. Alright, close. Details. Complete. Close. Oh, that's a lot of shards. I'm rolling in it. Is there a bank? The only thing I care about is keeping all of my currency locked up in all of my games. Let's see. Yeah, so Club Animon says that the mobile CSS adjusts layout feature. Yep, and so I like that. I think I kind of prefer it when it's like that. There's just a lot going on here. Okay. Ah, you guys could see all of my details. Oh no. Okay, let's see. Is there a bank? I don't think there is. Okay, alright. So quests. Unique. So yeah, Dread says be sure to click check for new quests for the new storylines, and I totally need to do that because I just straight up have not been doing this. When I realized how much effort it was going to take to level up my kith, I was just like, never mind. I'll still support you just from afar. Okay. What does he want? He wants a white handheld handkerchief. And there are user shops now, right? Marketplace. Bye. Hopefully I can do this. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna have to look around for it. Okay, well, I will be spending a little bit of time working through this today, and I will talk to you guys all soon. I hope that everybody has a nice week, and hope you guys enjoy the Roller Coaster Tycoon video I want to put out. It's like a lot more like the kind of content that I want to be making, and I will see what I can do. Alright, thank you guys all so very much for joining me today, and I hope you guys all have a good week.